Hey, lucky for you, I think this will be the third and final segment to our little PD thing that I'm going to go over. So this will be hopefully the last time you got to listen to me. Um, Wanted to go over 10 daily steps to peaceful success. I want to talk about each one of these a little bit individually, and how they can maybe help us have some peace throughout the day, help us to, um, you know, look at that kid in a little bit different lens, um, and then we can enjoy why we're here. I don't ever want this to be a place that you come that you don't like, that you don't want to wake up in the morning and come here and impact students. And if you're not enjoying it, then you got to have a serious conversation with yourself and figure out, is this where I'm supposed to be? So, beginner's mind. In the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. In the expert's mind, there are few. I think we need to embrace each day with the beginner's mind, embrace each situation with the beginner's mind, a willingness, an open mind, a vulnerable heart, a willingness to learn. A beginner's mind invites curiosity. It's detached from a particular outcome or objective. Beginner's mind checks its ego at the door, and we oftentimes become so ritualized in our ceremonies that stagnation occurs. And if we're not careful, uh, we feel as if we're done learning, and we should never be done learning. We should always have the beginner's mindset, um, you know, and that's just so liberating when that happens, I guess. The living dead, this is something that I struggle with. Man, I struggle with, guys. The unpardonable sin is the sin of inadvertence, of not being alert, not being awake, and not that I, fall asleep too many times in my office or walking around or anything like that, but be in your shoes, be where you're at. Whenever you're at home, be at home, And I know it's tough for a teacher to turn off like that, but be awake, be present where you're at. If you're here, be present here. If you're at home, dadgummit, you be present at home, okay? And then come back the next day, put your boots on, and do what you got to do here. But be where you're at in this society, in this fast-paced society of technology and social media and on and on and on. Some of us don't ever take that time to be where we're at. We're always thinking, and we're always, and I'm preaching to the choir. I do it, holy cow, I do it. But there's no room for zombies in education, and this is definitely a way to be a zombie. Intuition. Trust your intuition. You guys all have it. We know when something, you know, doesn't quite work out or isn't quite right. Those subconscious signals. Um, you know, Subconscious signals were once called women's intuition because some assume men could not and would not access them. Okay, but we all have those um, inner clues that we rely on, those gut reactions, if you will. Okay, so how do you practice that? How do you listen to yourself and know, um, know something's the right thing to do, or know, this may not be the exact way it went, but it's okay. Um, so what is your gut telling you, and what are you doing with those signals? Think about that. Non-judgment. Holy cow, this is something that I need to work on, guys. If we trade in all our judging for appreciating, you know, and all our righteousness just to be together, man, what a better place this would be. Um, Notice when you're judging somebody, learn more about the situation, think of alternatives, and then forgive yourself. The next one, loving kindness. Uh, this is pretty powerful. The difference between misery and happiness depends on what we do with our attention. Loving kindness means approaching the world with tenderness, compassion, love, a gentle heart. Okay, doing that will be healthier for you. Help be healthier for your kids and your family. Okay, So when you feel overwhelmed, guys, when you feel overwhelmed, think about these things. Compassion. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. From Matthew 5:7. If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. Okay? As teachers, we have ample opportunity to show compassion every hour of every class of every single day. It's our obligation to do that, guys. It's our obligation to do that. So, gratitude's our next one. Number 7, gratitude. Being grateful for the small things. When our mind is focused on what we're grateful for, it's nearly impossible to feel unhappy. In an education world, sometimes that's easy to let go of. Well, we got to do this, or there's this new initiative, or this redesign thing, or Mr. C wants us to do this now, or he asks us to come up with these 8-hour classes. And I know it's all taxing, guys, but be grateful for what we have. Okay, show gratitude. That's not only going to help you personally, it's going to help your kids in your class as well. Detachment. This is an extremely tough one for teachers. Okay, detachment. Like we said earlier, we're not focused on assessments. We're focused on these kids. Okay, you don't have to give up the intention, and you don't have to give up the desire. You have to give up the attachment to the result. Okay, apply this to your classroom approach, and both you and your students are going to be, better off because of it. In the video with the guy talking about 45 minutes to change someone's life, those teachable moments, as we call them in education, those life-changing lessons that maybe it didn't go the way you wanted it to. Think about a situation where you have a clear expectation of what you'd like the outcome to be, and then practice and say, if that happens, great, but if it doesn't happen, that's okay too. What can I do to make it happen next time? Okay? Acceptance. You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you just might find you get what you need. Okay? We have to have emotions, but we cannot be ruled by our emotions. Okay? And emotions are a dangerous things. Okay? Accept yourself, accept who you are, accept others, accept events that happen. Okay? And I don't think anything happens without a reason. There's a greater reason for things happening. Okay? Enjoy your life. Accept things. Enjoy your life. And then a quiet mind. To a mind that is still, the whole universe surrenders. Again, this is one of those things that the living dead, the quiet mind, be in your shoes when you're there. When you need to take that quiet time, be still, be quiet, shut your classroom door for 5 minutes, shut your office door for 5 minutes, turn the lights off, turn on your favorite song, read a couple chapters or read a couple pages in your book, but just get to where you can be still and refocus on what your job is here. Okay, so those are just some things that I read over the summer. 10 steps to be peacefully successful, I guess. This guy, I love this guy. He talks about blessings and talks about how tired he was. You guys, I want you to watch this video, and then think about, correlate that to the impact that you have on kids each and every day. What's a kid going home saying about how you treated them, what you said to them? Something that you may not even think is that big of a deal. Man, it may break that kid or it may make that kid. Okay? I would argue with that first video, 45 minutes to change someone's life. I'm talking about a couple words out of your mouth that can change someone's life. So think about that as you watch this video. Hey guys, wrapping up here. Just want to wish you good luck. Know that you're making a difference every day. Okay? Know that. Sometimes it sure doesn't seem like it, okay? And I get it. And you guys are in the trenches and you're doing hard work, but it's good work, okay? And it's righteous work. And I really do appreciate each and every one of you, and what you stand for our kids, and the adults that they get to look to in this building. Um, so know that you're making a difference. Boy, life and death are in the power of the tongue, you know, and I need to learn from that too. Okay, and that's something that I continually struggle with. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. Okay, just keep that in mind. When you focus on problems, you get more problems, but when you focus on possibilities, you get more possibilities. Okay, um, you know, what kind of attitude are you going to have when the going gets tough? Little eyes are always on you. They're always watching. The kids know. You darn right, the kids know. They can sense it. They can feel your body language. They know what kind of day it's going to be when they see you in the morning. Okay, so think about that. Always think about your interactions with those kids. Hey, we're never done redesigning. We just went through a whole year and it was tough, guys. We did a lot, did some amazing things here. Um, you know, but we're never done redesigning. Okay, we've just reached the tip of the iceberg. Okay, we're going to do some awesome things. We're going to continue to do some awesome things. Um, and continue to push and move forward, and that's just part of the deal. Okay, we ask our kids to push themselves. We're going to push ourselves. Um, being realistic, guys, is the most commonly traveled road to mediocrity. Being realistic is the most commonly traveled road to mediocrity. Okay, that's my just with redesign. That's my summation with it. Last thing I'll leave you with from Lou Holtz here. Holy cow! Trust, commitment, love, guys. Trust, commitment, and love. You got that with your kids. If you got that with your students, your staff members, your fellow staff members, your peers, man, awesome things can happen. Trust, commitment, and love. Check your ego at the door. You know, put that self-centered notion aside. Be vulnerable to your kids. Let your guard down. Okay? Build those relationships. Man. Hey, listen, guys, you're either growing or you're dying. Okay? So, I know this is a different deal this year. Some of you might like it, some of you might not, and I understand both sides of it, okay? I'm here this week, I'm here next week. If you have any questions, reach out, call me, stop by, come talk to me, okay? Here's my info if you need it. Hey, good luck. God bless you this year, and sure thank you for serving our kids.